the 21st century skills, the most important one is going to be critical thinking and problem solving. And why I say critical thinking and problem solving is because in the days to come, we really don't know what kind of jobs are going to be existing for these children in the days to come. So they should be able to analyze, they should be able to synthesize, they should be able to problem solve. There may be also in the days to come, there'll be a lot of issues that they would be coming across in various times. We don't know what kind of issues. Do they have the skills for problem solving? So critical thinking and problem solving is the key 21st century skill according to me. And the second one is imagination and creativity, because I think that until they're not able to imagine, they're not able to visualize, they don't have that vision, they don't have that future thought processes, they won't be able to create. So imagination and creativity is the second aspect of 21st century skills. And I think the third one is going to be digital citizenship, which is the core according to me. When I say digital citizenship, is that because of digitization of everything, say it your booking to a hotel or flying anywhere or education or medical or this 3D printing and the virtual world, everything under the digital section is another very critical skill that I think is very important to teach and initiate digital learning and digital citizenship on how to use it and how to make sure that it's not misused. So it's both ways that I think is something that we need to really keep in mind. The next one is communication and collaboration. So I strongly believe that we need to develop in children the right communication skills. So when I say communication skills, because those are the basic necessities that are required when they have to really try and convey something, comprehend something. They need to have those communication skills to be able to get through and put down their point or present their point. And collaboration, because I think the world is just becoming too small. So it's very important to have that network, that collaboration, that kind of skills which are required, that anyone who works in any organization, with a large organization, until unless there's no teamwork, there's no team participation, the organization cannot really flourish, and people need to have those skills to be able to collaborate. So communication and collaboration is one of the very important aspects that I feel. So according to me, these are some of the skills. There are many skills you can go, and these are the broader ones that one needs to be developing. When you talk about, I mean, Howard Gardner talked about, all kinds of IQ that is required for, children in the coming days. He talked about interpersonal skills, intrapersonal skills, beyond yourself. That's what he says. Then you talk about linguistic skills, you talk about mathematical skills, you talk about kinesthetic skills. So he talks about various skills. However, interpersonal and intrapersonal is the core now when you talk about collaboration. Until and unless you don't have that kind of interpersonal skills with you, you can actually not be successful, because wherever you go, that's one of the important aspects, that what kind of interpersonal skills that you how have you developed this, how have you basically created that kind of an opportunity for you to be interacting with people and getting to understand what you're saying and what they're saying. So it's both ways.
Thanks.
There needed to be a role reversal, is that teachers not the controller of everything that the child gains. We need to create those independent learners. We need to create those kind of researchers. We need to create those kind of inquirers. We needed to create those kind of risk takers. At the same time, knowledgeable, balanced. So we needed to create those kind of individuals in the classroom, and we needed to change the role of the teacher to a facilitator, and then be able to develop these so-called 21st century skills. So I mean, 2003-4 we had TVs in the classroom. Okay, then we had overhead projectors in the classroom. Then we moved to interactive boards, and then we started using laptops in the classroom. And we did pilot everything. So we seamlessly moved from one tool to another tool, and then finally now we have iPads in the classroom. From last 2 years we piloted 1 year, and so what we've really done is to give this tool and create a platform for the children to have self learning, okay, to have independent learners, to develop their critical thinking, to be able to go beyond the text, to be able to go beyond the context of a particular topic or the part of their curriculum. So that was the journey that we took. Now we are a school now where we don't have any no textbook in the classroom, or we don't have any noting. We do have noting, they do have a notebook, they do maths problem solving. However, most of it is on the tool. And when you talk about not only using this tool but also trying and seeing that giving them opportunities in school through our teaching technique. So we use inquiry based learning. It's inquiry based learning is very, very much a part of our teaching learning method. And problem based learning, that's another very important technique. Then we use a lot of graphic organizers, collaborative teaching tools that we use. So most of our teaching strategies lead to development of these skills. And tools can be books, can be journals, can be newspapers, can be anything that the child wants to use. However, all our teaching learning is with the child on his iPad, and we also use Google Classrooms where children can communicate with the teachers, teachers can give feedback. So there's a complete interaction, and we also have an app on the parents' phones that is between us, where we can have that communication with the parents and involve parents. So children have e-portfolios, Google Classrooms, they create apps, and learning is just beyond anybody's imagination. So when you say, when you talk about learning out of the classroom, and when you talk about learning, I think that you know it's basically a challenge. Learning is not only about various subjects. I think when we talk about building those kind of future global citizens, what we say is to create that international mindedness, that insightful, mindful students, and creating that background for them, where they are able to kind of have that perspective uh, of different cultures, different uh, you know traditions, different kind of uh, perspectives of different kind of people coming from various backgrounds. I think that's another area by itself. So innovation is part of critical thinking. So only if I can think critically can I innovate. So if as a school, as a teacher, if you develop these skills of critical thinking, analytical thinking, problem solving, only then can I lead to any innovation. So innovation is a part of critical thinking. So very clearly when uh, you know we were doing a topic on glass. There was this question that we put forth to the children, is that why do you think you see so many glass buildings in Dubai?
Wow.
Okay, so he needs to think that why, or in Singapore in that case. So in Dubai, there are glass buildings because it's a desert and sand is used to make glass. And also, when they have these sandstorms, it's easier to clean the glasses, and it's mandatory. The government has made a law that 25% of the building should have glass. I think it's also a reflection of light or heat or whatever. So there are many reasons. That's how you need to push the children to the next level. I mean, you can just teach glasses made of this.
Yeah.
But why do people use glass? Right? And which countries have glass buildings and why? Okay?
That makes
So
sense.
now, if you let them think that way, then they will start innovating. So, innovation is an idea. Innovation is the same thing. Now, what is innovation? This is innovation, but it came from where? From telephone.
Exactly.
What is iPad? It came from here. So it's only that different mode, okay, different tool. So that's where innovation builds on. From somewhere, how do you take it differently, right? So I think that's the big thing in the days to come, is to how do you encourage children to innovate, to motivate.
Great. Okay. Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thank you.
Just a message for teacher. I just wanted to, because you're pushing it on 5th of September.
Okay.
So it would be live on that particular. I would just want you to have what is your message, okay, to the teacher, not only to your schools but teacher community as such, because the rule as of now, whatever is they are doing and stuff like that, is pretty tough. Okay, I consider that particular thing pretty tough, because for me,
one needs to build on with these children is to be able to understand that others with their differences can still be right.
wow.
And I think that's something which is a challenge. This country itself, we have a whole lot of languages and religions and people, and looking at what's happening around the world, you have even larger kind of differences. How do you really make that seamless kind of mix for the children, so that they are able to not only understand, tolerate, respect, and make sure that they have that balance kind of characteristics developed in them. So I think it's important that international mindedness is something that children need to develop right from where they're children, when they're kids. So my one clear message to all teachers, whether it's in India or around the world, is to create happy kids and make learning fun. I think that wherever you are in this world, if you create happy kids, they will create the future. So I clearly see that learning should be fun. Create that fun learning in your classrooms. And that's my only message.